We've just hardened our evals with edge cases, tool call assertions, and idempotent retries. Now we shift from testing an AI application to operating the AI development tool itself, Claude Code. This module covers the CLI commands, hooks, and configuration you need to integrate Claude Code into real workflows, because the exam expects you to know how to run, control, and customize the tool, not just prompt it. You know that feeling when you're halfway through the Add a User wizard for the 40th time this week, clicking the same dropdowns, assigning the same licenses, and you look at the clock and realize you've burned an entire afternoon on something that should take seconds. That ends now. By the time we're done, you will onboard 50 users with one command, run scripts while you sleep with no one at the keyboard, and pull tenant-wide reports without ever opening a browser. Let's make the machine do the work. You're learning how to operate Claude Code, but if you also manage Microsoft 365 environments, you might want to extend automation with purpose-built AI agents. This course teaches you to build intelligent agents that handle user lifecycle, licensing, Teams, Exchange, and security tasks using Microsoft Graph, Python, and Azure AI. It includes 35 hands-on labs and a full capstone project where you design a multi-agent administration platform. Check the link for details. We start by setting up a non-human identity so you can schedule every task that follows. Then we automate user lifecycle with new ng-user, set ng-user, and remove ng-user, giving you full joiners, movers, and leavers control. Next we manage groups using new ng-group and add ng-group member, so membership stays accurate without manual work. After that we handle licenses with set ng-user license, making assignment and removal instant across Microsoft 365. Finally we configure SharePoint sites using new ng-site, so provisioning is repeatable and consistent. You walk away with a complete set of scripts you can run on any tenant. When Claude Code runs in a CI pipeline, there is no terminal for the interactive TUI. Headless mode solves this by accepting a prompt directly and returning structured output. The key risks in unattended runs are that the agent might use dangerous tools or that its prose output is too fragile to parse. That is why we pair two flags, a machine-readable output format so the pipeline can branch on results, and an explicit tool allow list so the run cannot exceed its purpose. You are about to see a security review of a staged diff that returns one JSON object per line and exits 0 only if no findings are discovered. Imagine a CI pipeline that must fix a lint error in app.js before deployment. We run Claude Code Headless with Claude P, giving it the exact prompt to fix the ESLint error. We set allow tools to edit so it can only modify the file, and output format stream JSON so the pipeline can parse every step. The agent streams JSON line showing its reasoning and the edit it makes. Finally, the pipeline checks the exit code, 0 means success, so the build continues, anything else fails the build, preventing broken code from shipping. We will run Claude with P to review a staged diff for security issues, stream JSON output, and only read, grep, and glob allowed. The exit code will be 0, and stdout will be one JSON object per line. The command starts with Claude P, which takes a prompt string for headless execution. The prompt asks Claude to review the staged diff for security issues. We set output format to stream JSON so each result is a separate JSON line, easy for downstream tools to consume. The allow tools flag lists only read, grep, and glob, bash and write are not permitted, which is the safety boundary for an unattended run on a CI box that has the runner's credentials. The exit code is 0, meaning no security findings were detected. stdout contains one JSON object per line, and the tools used were exactly read and grep, bash and write were never invoked. This confirms that the allow list enforced the boundary, and the structured output is ready for a CI gate to parse. The pitfall to remember, parsing prose output with a regex is fragile because wording changes between versions. Always use a structured format like stream JSON. That covers automating Claude Code Operation with PowerShell. We moved from the concept straight into the cmlets that do the work, and now you have a scriptable way to handle this task without opening a browser. The single most useful thing to carry away is that when a cmlet exists, your first instinct should be to reach for it. A task you script once is a task you never have to click through again. Let's recap the key takeaways for running Claude Code in a pipeline. First, headless mode skips the interactive chat entirely, it's built for automation. Second, any piped input becomes the prompt, so you can feed it from scripts or other tools. Third, output goes straight to stdout, making it easy to capture or chain. And finally, the exit code tells you whether the run succeeded or failed, which is critical for CI/CD. Keep these in mind when you're wiring Claude Code into your workflows.